Killian.
Yes. Change your name in the game, please. Because again, I'm gonna get that confused.
Yes.
Because I get easily confused with... Is that my James, or is that the James that's been here all along?
James S.
Yeah. I should mention, my friend's name, who joined the game, is also James, so...
Yeah,
Let's
he's
go.
Dream in the thing, so...
Okay, never mind, then he's Dreams. Yeah,
Not enough space for James's.
Yeah, no.
We
So
have to
there's two
kill
James.
all of the new people. We only have room for one woman and one James. That's it.
I can't say that. I can't. Because, like I said, I made that. I told him that he could play and all that shit. So anyways,
We have to kill
Like I
them.
like I said, hush. Okay, so let us turn back the clocks of time here. Just a little bit before the events of the church happened. So, Killian, you wake up in your normal, homey little room at the local inn. Walk downstairs and pay for the night's...
I don't have to
rest.
pay for my stay at a tavern.
That's right, you play for your stay at a tavern. So, you walk downstairs, and as you tip your head, I don't know if you're wearing a hat, you give a little wave to the owner of the tavern as you walk out into the streets. So you have about, I'd say, an hour's worth of time before you've caught up to where everyone is at the moment. So exactly what are you doing?
Going to the brothel.
Okay.
I love how you're like, I'm gonna play a female character and see if the female character curses a thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's not
It is definitely
a
a thing.
thing.
This character
is.
has...
The evidence says otherwise.
It is not a thing because there are female NPCs in this game who have not been killed and have not been rolling shit.
Yes.
It is just player luck.
Yet. See, everyone disagrees.
We had a horrible female NPC death.
We did?
Well, we had 2 female NPC deaths.
Who?
Both orc women. Both killed by Klaus.
Yeah. In Klaus's game, that's a thing. Not in my game.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing.
No, it's not. You
It
guys
is a
are just
thing.
rolling shit.
It may not
guys
have
are just
progressed
rolling
to that
shit.
point, but
Okay, so, moving on. So, you pop your collar and begin your way walking down to one of the local brothels, one that you've kind of grown a bit of attached to. And because this is about the only time that I've actually had these sound effects ready, as you get about halfway there, as you remember the only good brothel in town is over in the burnt zone, taking some time here and there, stopping off and entertaining a few people, flirting,
I just have my ukulele out the entire time I'm walking and playing it.
pretty much. Taking a few stops to flirt here and there. As you get around the way, what was this roll?
That was just performance. 'cause
Okay,
ukulele.
so you play half decently, you know. You did just wake up, so it's not the best that you've ever played, but it's still rather nice. It's a rather nice tune for everyone to be playing, for you to be playing, and everyone else to be listening to. And as you get to a familiar point in one of your songs, where you usually bring up a nice crescendo of music, as you go do this, instead of your wonderful ballad, starts and ends way too abruptly, and I apologize for that cringeworthy
That
shit.
was-
But anyways,
So confusing.
yeah. Basically, that's what you're met with as you're about to hit that nice little crescendo of notes on your ukulele, which does cause you to stop, as well as everyone around you, and the small following that you've gathered at the point to stop as well.
I look in the general direction of where that came from.
As you look over in the general direction that it came from, you find yourself just looking at the gate. And looking out at the gate, it's normally always open, allowing people to come in and exit at their own leisure. But as you look over to the gate, you watch as it slams shut. And in the last few minutes before the bridge is pulled up, you do see a rather large black line before it's pulled shut.
Well, fuck. I don't know what to do with that. I look at the people around me. What are they doing?
The people around you, the few who have actually saw the same stuff that you have, a few of them, particularly the villagers, the ones who have no magical or military experience, have gone into either a state of shock or a state of I need to get the fuck out, and have started running to their homes. However, the magically inclined, as you do see, rather large groups of people in robes of all colors rushing from their respective placements up to form cubes, like basically take two diamonds, put them next to each other. Those are the kinds of things that they formed. And the soldiers have rushed up the walls.
I'm gonna see if I can make my way up into a wall to see if I can get a better look of everything.
Okay. So, as you push your way through the crowds of whispering people and make your way up to the only part of the wall that seems oddly barren enough for someone to walk up to, as your foot hits the first step, you hear a rather oddly magnetic sound as you kind of look over yourself. The hair on your arms and the hair on your head itself kind of starts to stand on end. As you turn around and look, you notice as all three of the towers have started emanating a very dark blue, almost water-like substance coming off the top of them, connecting at a center point and then bouncing off down around the city. As you push your way up, yeah.
I just kind of stare at it for a moment before I start heading back up.
Shake your head and push your way back up and continue to push your way up the wall. And as you push your way up, you see a rather gauntish man, high elven in nature. Barely hang on, how tall are you?
I am 5'3".
A decent height above you. You even if you have to, even at this angle, you have to kind of tilt your head up to get a good look at his head. you haven't been in the city long, so you can't really identify who it is. However, you do see someone else standing there in full ironclad armor, rather ornate looking in nature. It looks more for show than it does for defense, but could still hold up in an attack form. Hold off an attack or two. They're talking to a group of 4 soldiers. One who's wearing fur-like armor, but still has the symbol of the city, as well as the guard, the signature guard shield. 2 of them looking like normal guards, and the last one, tiefling. As you come up the stairs, you turn and you see him turn and look at you. You see the gaunt figure turn, look at you, nod his head, and look back out over the wall as he walks down the wall a little bit more.
I look at him, and I'm going to follow him. And I'm going to look out over the wall. What do I see?
As you start making your way closer to him, you cast your eyes over the wall, and as you look, that black line that you saw before, you didn't really get that much of a look at it. But now that you are, this is thousands upon thousands of people just marching towards the city, all being headed by what looks like one person, but he looks about as short as the rest of them. From this angle, he looks about as big and is about as tall as the rest of them.
I did not mean to kick that. Let me just... I just continue walking over to the guy. What's going on?
He turns and looks at you, and it's not him who speaks up. However, as he's about to speak, you hear a voice from behind you. Rather authoritative. We're under attack. That's what's going on.
By who?
We don't know.
Lovely. Just
Quite.
Just lovely. Killian kind of mumbles to himself. Come here for a fucking drink and a night stay and get this shit.
As you kind of rub your forehead and sigh, as you open your eyes, you just out of the bottom corner of your eye, you see a hand outstretched. As you turn and look where the hand is, it's the person in full ironclad armor.
I put my hand out to him.
He takes your hand. Give me 1 second. Actually, I have to find the name. Hang on. I had the name written down. I need to find it. Just give me 1 second.
Gosh, Tim, so unprepared.
No, I didn't think I'd have to do a fucking session 0. Shut up. So, as he grabs your hand, he shakes it a little bit. Nicholas Harrington.
Jackson Singu. Commander Jackson Singu. Would you like for me to roll deception?
Sure. You can't see it because the helmet is covering his face, but You're kind of guessing by the way that he is still shaking your hand, and the way his grip has kind of tightened just a little bit. He's not buying it.
Oh, lovely. Well,
He lets go of your hand and puts his hand behind his back as he turns and looks out amongst the sea of people.
I also turn to look out.
As you continuously look out, at this giant, almost tsunami of people just waiting to throw themselves against this wall. Roll me a perception. That's good enough. It's not a natural 20, but it's still a 20. As you look out amongst this, you just slightly see a glimmer of black and blue energy flying above this almost smog-like cloud that is advancing with them. You're not able to catch any other real glimpse of it, but as you do look, you hear the distant roar of some creature that you're not able to pinpoint, unless you can roll me a decent history check. If you can roll a history above...
I will
No,
give you a
you can't.
slightly above average history check.
Thinking back on what this roar sounds like, you can affiliate it back to the ever so slight nursery rhymes and stories that you've heard and repeated of dragons.
Killian is now running off the wall.
Which way?
Back down the way I came.
As you turn and start walking, jogging, sprinting down the stairs, as you get about midway to the stairs, you stop as there's a small group of people who've actually started their ascent up the stairs. One in high elf nature, short hair, blades by her side, and a bow slung across her back. Another person behind her, clad in full black, carrying a rather strange device in his hand. As you kind of look a little closer at him, you notice that some of him is dripping. Another person clad in black robes, his arms tucked in, hobgoblin-ish from what you can make out underneath his cloak, hood, and a human in mage robes. As you look out amongst them, you see a few people wearing the same robes that she is, but none really standing up to the fact that they're all wearing hoods while she doesn't have one. And very oddly, a incubus wearing a chainmail thong.
I'm going to look at them. Is there any space to pass through them?
As you look at them and contemplate, is there anywhere to pass through them? You hear just... As that's where we're going to pause and wait till Saturday. Boom. Session 0.
Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Hurrah.